Bob Ross, and today we're going to paint some happy little faces, and I think you're really going to enjoy it. So as you can see, we've got our canvas prepped. I've shaved off my beard, and we're ready to begin our little scene here. We're going to go ahead and just take a nice 2-inch brush, and we're just going to jump right in. We're going to go into this tropical sand here, and we're just going to start, and just remember this is your world, and you can do whatever you want here. As long as it makes you happy, then you're doing something right. So I think we're looking like we got some nice beachy sand going on in our scene here, and well, it's time to paint in a little bit of blue sky. No beach is complete without a bright blue sky, right? So we're going to go ahead and just wash the brush in a little liquid paint thinner, and here comes my favorite part, just beat the devil right out of it. Now we're going to go in with another brush. Just pick a nice medium-sized brush here, and we're going to dip right into our sky blue colors, and here we've got to just go ahead and paint in some nice blue sky. And again, we're starting from the center, and we're just bringing the brush out, just bringing it out. And it's going to create the illusion of some sunlight peeking in through the center of our sky there. So just start with the center again and brush it right out. There we go. And, you know, maybe we want our sky to be a little bit darker up towards the top. We want it to look like maybe a little bit of a storm is rolling in across our horizon there. So we're going to dip into a little bit of our darker blue. This is the midnight blue. We're just going to bring that right across there. Maybe a little more color pop in our blue sky. And again, this is your world. If you want gray skies, you can make gray skies, and I'm going to do blue skies in my world today. So let's just pop it on in there a little bit more. Just bringing the brush right out. There we go. Sky is looking bluer already. Nothing like a blue sky. Okay, and now I feel like we need some happy little clouds here. So let's get ourselves a nice brush and let's dip into a little bit of our cloudy white. And we're gonna give ourselves some little clouds in our sky here. It really highlights things. There we go. And, you know, maybe I think he needs a little friend, don't you? Let's make him a little friend over here on this side. So we're going to dip right back into that cloud white paint here, and we're just going to create a little friend for him. Here we go. And I'm just dabbing it, just creating kind of a fluff, you know? And this cloud, maybe we want to make him a little more wispy. The wind is blowing this way, so we're going to drag him down, just gently stroke your brush down, and it's going to create the illusion of the wind just dragging that cloud away. And this is your world. You can do whatever you want. If you want to have big clouds, if you want to have little clouds, if you want to have puffy clouds. And you know what? I feel like they're still looking a little bit lonely up there in that blue sky. Let's put another little cloud up here just to kind of highlight this upper sky right here. And I'm going to make that a nice big dense cloud. This one's kind of the mama cloud, if you will. Yeah, got all their friends in there. Isn't that nice? Now, I think we need some birds flying around up in our sky, so we're just gonna take our black here and just a real tiny little brush, and we're gonna give the slightest indication of some birds flying around in the sky. So we're just gonna take our brush here, and we're just gonna do a wing drop down there, and another wing coming back up. There we go. Now the sky doesn't look so lonely. We got a little bird flying around in there. I think the bird needs a friend, don't you? Let's give him a little friend over here on this side. Everybody needs friends, right? Why don't you comment down below if you agree. Everybody needs a friend. And if this is your first time joining us, I'd like to personally invite you to grab your paints and paint along with us. And if you've joined us before, you know, I want to thank you again for inviting me back into your home. And go right back into that black paint here. Whoop! This one's a little bit bigger, isn't it? Yeah, I got a little carried away with that one. But you know what I say? We don't make mistakes here. We make happy accidents. That's all this is. It's just a happy little accident. So we're going to turn this little bird over here into a hawk. We're going to give him another little foot here. Give him a head. Maybe draw on a little beak. There we go. It's just a happy accident. And then we got a little bird over here too. All right. I feel like those two birds might be a little bit lonely though. So I'm going to give them some friends up there in that blue sky. So we're going to go in with our special little wispy brush. This is great for creating the illusion, a slight indication of some birds fluttering off in the distance. And we're just going to go right in here like so. Just lift the brush up. Just lift it up. Just pull it up. Pull it up. Pull it up. Just pull it up. There we go. And got some nice little birds floating around in our little sky. There you go. And they got friends. It's great. And our clouds have friends. Everybody's got a friend. You know, I like to say, you don't need to be crazy to do this, but it certainly helps. So, I feel like we need to create a little bit of illusion here of kind of a sunset. So what are we going to do here? You know what? I tell you what. This is going to be great. Let me find myself a nice little brush here. You know what? I'm going to use that same brush that I used for the cloud white. I'm just going to dip it right into my liquid paint thinner and beat it like the devil again. Beat that devil right out of it, right? And I'm going to go into my corrective yellow. And I'm going to create an illusion of sunbeams shooting through that blue sky, down across those clouds. So we're just going to go in just right under the eye here, just right under the eye, and just drag it down. That's right, just drag it down. Just drag it down. Beautiful. This hides those purple circles under the eye. And it also creates the illusion of little sunbeams shooting through your sky. So we're just going to drag it down and just drag it down. There we go. There we go. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? Just beautiful. And like I say, this is your world. You can do whatever you want in your world. That's one of the great things about painting. And as long as it makes you happy, you're doing something right. Alright, now, you know, the only thing that makes me a little bit sad about this is there's no happy little trees in this scene. But that's alright. We're going to do some other things that make us happy. Because as long as you're happy, you're doing it right. Now, I'm going to take my fan brush here. And I'm going to tap right into this sunset pink. And I'm just going to create a slight indication of kind of a pink sky right along the horizon. The sun is setting, our sky is getting pink and maybe some oranges and yellows showing through there. And we're just going to go right underneath those clouds we created with that fan brush, with that sunset pink. And we're going to create a little illusion of a horizon. Ain't that beautiful? All right. That's wonderful. Got a real happy little sky going on. Yeah, that's great. I love that. All right. What else? What are we missing? We got that sandy beach and the blue sky and the sun rays beaming through and our bright, vibrant pink sunset. I think, you know, let's give a little indication that there's a fallen tree or a piece of driftwood that's drifted up onto our sandy beach. Let's do that. I'm excited about that. I think that's going to be neat. So let's see here. I'm going to take me a nice little fine lining brush. And you know, I feel like our clouds, maybe, I think the clouds maybe need a little more, be a little puffier, don't you? Maybe we'll work on that here in a minute. But we're going to take that little fine lining brush and we're going to dip into some brown here because we're going to create the illusion of a piece of driftwood that's just drifted up onto our beach here. So, let's see. And driftwood, you know, it's never a perfect shape, so you want to kind of just roll with it. Just roll with it. You know, maybe it's a little bit bigger up on this end and has a little bit of a knot that sticks up there. And this side over here is kind of turning real thin, splintering apart. There we go. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's really turning into something. Piece of driftwood on our beach there. There we go. And maybe we want to give it a little bit of depth. So what we're going to do, we're going to take another little brush here and we're going to tap back into that corrective yellow. And this lighter color on top of our darker driftwood color, it's going to create the illusion of some depth in that wood and different grains in the wood. There we go. There we go. Alright, let's clean that brush off. My favorite part. Beat the devil right out of it. Okay. And you can do whatever you want in your world. That's one of the joys of painting. But I feel like this piece of driftwood needs a little crab sitting up on it. So I'm going to go right into my snow crab red here. And I'm going to draw a crabby little guy right here. Give him a little pincher. Give him another little pincher on the other side. There we go. Some legs. There we go. And you might feel like your crab needs a little friend. But I think I'm going to leave that little guy there all by himself. That's why he's crabby, because he's all alone. He doesn't have any friends. That'll make someone crabby, you know. Everybody needs friends. I always like to say that. Alright. So, like I was saying before, I feel like our clouds need a little more. They need to be a little fluffier, right? But we don't make mistakes. They're just happy accidents. Just happy accidents. So it's just going to give me an opportunity to go in there and touch up those clouds. Going to make a little more fluff here. Oh yeah, that's nice. That's fluff. Yeah, that's nice. We get a little fluff up on this one, up on Mama Cloud. Alright. Well, there you have it. Painting your happy little face with Bob Ross. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you come back and join us next time. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to this channel. A lot like PBS, it's free to subscribe, and nobody here gets paid. So, hope you join us next time for the joy of painting.